See you again. Lockdown Tech Toys here. Today I'm going to talk about this lens that I got, I don't know, like 5 years ago? 4 or 5 years ago. It is my favorite lens for the Sony a6000 series cameras I've had. This is the Sony 10-18mm lens, and the only reason why I'm reviewing it so late right now is because well, I finally got video editing software. So previously I wasn't able to really sort of review or talk about any lens properly because of all the stitching required and stuff like that. So I got Power Director Ultra. So yeah, let's just see how this works. Well, the lens looks like this. I already threw away the box, and it's really compact. It's a zoom lens, so it does manual focusing. It's very, very smooth. All you gotta do is you gotta turn this thing around. And prior to COVID-19, this was the only lens I brought with me on my travels, because I realized that I have two other lenses. One is the Sigma 30mm that I'm using right now to film this video, and the other one is the 50mm Sony. Also a very good value lens. Sigma and Sony are really great prime lenses, but they're fixed focal length. The Sigma comes at 1.4 aperture, and Sony's at 1.8. This is f4. So f4 is actually not too great for low light situations. So, but the thing is that most of the time when you're traveling, you always take pictures in broad daylight, right? And for wide landscape use, this is perfectly fine. And so if the lens looks like this, this is how it looks like if you take off the lens hood. It's bulging out a little bit. So prior to buying this, this is not a cheap lens. It's about what, 800 USD or 1200 SGD. The price has hardly fluctuated. It has come down only really slightly, so you may be able to get it at, I don't know, 5%, 10% off max. And it's held up remarkably well after a long time. Yeah, so when for day-to-day use, I use the 30mm just because the aperture is so good. But really, if you travel, if you're vlogging, this is the lens for you. And the reason why it is the best lens for me, in spite of the small aperture, is because of the 10 to 18mm zoom range, and also the very, very wide angle. That right now I'm using the Sony, I can't remember the name of it, the BT something 2 or something like that. Anyway, it's a wireless mini tripod. So the lens itself is stabilized. It's optically stabilized, so it should provide a minimal amount of stabilization for shake and all that. But obviously, it's not comparable to a gimbal. Incidentally, I bought a gimbal before. That was the Zhiyun, I forgot the name again, the M2 or something like that. It wasn't great, and I brought it on a trip to San Francisco and the Bay Area, and also I was going to a place called Devil's Peak, and anyway, that was too hard just to balance. So when I came back to Singapore, I just sold it, and I decided to get a mini tripod instead. So in a while, I'll just be walking around. I'm still thinking of where to go, just to test this lens out again and see how it compares to a regular smartphone, like something like this, something like the Note 10 Plus with a widescreen recording. And you be the judge of whether or not this will suit your needs. Alright, so these are the Henderson waves. Never been here, first time being here. It's pretty good. Yep, it's past 6 o'clock. Here in Singapore, it's 6:25. And well, I don't know, there's nowhere for people to sit over here. Okay, so there is the Sentosa Island over there, and I can see some, I don't know, some buildings, condo, place where I used to work at. Bank of America's there. Yeah, the street is down there. Oops. Alright. I wonder where this leads. I've actually never been here before. It's just going all the way down. I'm gonna zoom out here. Yeah. Be safe, wear your mask. Well, I'm not wearing mine, and very few people are, because we're all exercising. One more look here. Let's see if I can zoom in. Oh, there we go. Zooming in. More buildings. Okay. Where does this lead? Alright, so yeah, it's going back to the park. So basically it's a bridge. It's a bridge. Yeah, I didn't know that. It just goes. Oh, well, this part says, what does it say? Discovering the southern ridges. Something about ridges? Some birds. Some birds here. I think that is it. There are a ton of people walking around here. Okay, so here I am at the Henderson Waves. I'm using my gimbal, my DJI Osmo 3 and the Note 10 Plus, and it's camera. This is how it looks like. There are a ton of people here. I had no idea. So this is how it looks like.
Your destination is on the right.
Let me just... Okay, I can turn this map off. Alright, so it is finally night, and I'm figuring out this selfie stick. Wait, this, yeah, you know what? The selfie camera is not wide enough compared to the 10 to 18 millimeter. Yeah, so I often have to hold my my arm out in a way that is quite long and tiring, even though it's stabilized. My arm isn't stable, so yeah, not really liking this, and I don't even know where. Oh, I'm down at the bottom of the hill. You can call that Mount Faber because it's not a mountain. Um, but anyway. Okay, so I am back down here. Well, hope this video helped you and helped you decide to get the 10-18mm with the 8000 series camera. It's a very good vlogging tool, and also as a tool to create your own YouTube channel, create your own videos, create your own family memories. Yeah, alright, thanks. Alright. Okay, so here I am again, back at a place called Mount Faber. I'm using the 10-18mm lens, and it is almost dusk. It is 6:40 p.m. here in Singapore. Yeah, and I find that this is really good for vlogging because I can just hold it, and I can hold it pretty close to my face. And actually, this cord for the microphone is not very long. It's only about 3 feet or 1 meter long, so it works great for vlogging. And of course, if I want to flip it around, I can do that really easily here. And so this is the view of there's not much as a port over there, and pretty much nothing else is going on here. Someone's running, not really fast, but still running up the hill. And yeah, just flip it over to myself. Okay, so it's going up. Okay, a couple of parking lots over here. Yeah, coming up this mountain, I don't even remember it being like this. I think it's been so many years that I came by. So, oh, look at that. There's a restaurant up top. I think I went there more than 10 years ago. Yep. But how's this video turning out? This is recorded at 4K 30. So yeah, I need to go back and view it on a monitor so I can actually see it. Just now when I was walking across to this area, I was using my phone, also filming at 4K 30, but the selfie camera of the Note 10 Plus is not as great as the obviously the 10-18mm here on the Sony, so this is another plus for that. And obviously, I don't know about the aperture on that one, but this one is f4, so it's not really bright, but it is very wide. So maybe I should go. Yeah, actually, I'd rather not go this way. I'd rather go there. All right, so here I am walking. I reached the peak and going down. There seems to be a ton of people on this trail, and I don't know why they all came out at the same time, but well, it's good to be out in the evening. 10mm really is an ample, very, very wide field of view to do vlogging. Yep. See here, this is what's going on. It's going down. Okay, it's a ton of peeps. So I'm gonna flip it around to myself. Okay. Well, what do you think? I mean, yeah, I think this combo is pretty good. I'm using a short mic, Sony mic that just got released this year for about 25 bucks. And the 10-18mm lens, the A6400. It's almost evening, so it's pretty dark, but it's really, you only know how it's going to turn out once you get back to the home and you get it on a computer. You got to see this stuff on a computer. All right, that's a lookout point over there. Let's go over there, see what they have. It reminds me of actually a point in Seattle. Like one time I drove close to that. I forgot the name of that already. Like, yeah, but it was just like this. There was like a peak, and yeah, actually there were residential buildings on this point. There was a peak, and but over here you see cable cars going. Oh, where I used to work, my previous workplace. No, I don't really see that. That's Harborfront Center, but I used to work really close there. Yep. And yeah, well, they are a bit too far. There's not enough zoom on this. 18mm is the max, but this is more for wide angle, so I like the wide angle because you can see yourself really well. Okay, so going back, I think it's going down. It's going down to a place called Harborfront Station, and that's where I'll be boarding the train and heading back. I drove here. I mean, I got in an electric car. I drove half an hour here. Strangely enough, there was this kind of an accident close to my place, so it slowed me down. But yeah, this is actually the first vlog I've ever done using the camera. I've done it before on my phone, but only because I have this, I got this tripod stand microphone lately. It's a lot easier to do it. Yeah. I really don't know where that is going. There is some kind of a, I don't know. Oh wait. Where is this path going here? Oh, it's a rest area. And it's going down, but I don't know where it's going. Can it find focus? Not really, right? Because it's on spot focus. Okay. I think I must have hit the screen by mistake. Oh no, it looks like it's gonna rain. Sounds like it's gonna rain. What am I gonna do? I didn't bring any umbrella. Alright. So once I know how to find my way back to the station, I can get back. But it's almost 7 p.m. right now, so yeah, well, Singapore is always bright, even at night. You see all the lights here? Yeah, it gets, even in the parks at night, it's bright. So. Oh, wait, that is at 18. You got. So this is a kind of a viewing point, like a lookout point. You can see the clouds here. It's pretty big. You can see Universal Studios over there in the distance. Well, it's too small for you to see, but yeah, Universal Studios is down there. And the island of Sentosa. So, you know, the hard part is to figure out how I can get down. So this part makes it seem like I can get down somehow. Not really. Yeah, so should I get the the S21 Ultra? Because to me that really sounds like a downgrade. It's very hard to find the Note 20 Plus, the Note 20 Ultra here, because everyone's bought them and Samsung doesn't seem to be interested in making a Note this year. But the S21 Ultra has major downgrades in that the pen is non-Bluetooth, so I can't use it to control my camera anymore. And the other thing that's a downgrade is the memory. I have 256 internal and 256 on the SD card, micro SD card here. But in that, it's 256 base, and the 512 gigs version is sold out. So I really have no choice but to get. Let me just focus cancel. Spot focus. I don't want spot focus. Yeah, so it's a bit difficult to know like what to upgrade to, because I don't know. This is so good. I've never felt the need to change it just for the sake of changing. But yeah, my contract is coming up soon, so it's been 2 years since I've used this already, and yeah, it's just, with upgrades that comes downgrades at the same time. Okay, seems like I'm heading downwards. This is the way to go downward. There's some lookouts here. These were all not here before. It's pretty cool they built them. Alrighty. Okay, still going down this hill. There are a number of things that I want to say about this tripod. I think is great. In the sense that I can just fold the legs up anytime and just bring it with me. And it's Bluetooth. Yeah, the only thing is that my mic is wired, so if it were wireless, that would be even better. But then I have two separate things to care about. Okay. All right, now I'm heading back down. All right, looks like this place doesn't really have a restroom. And yeah, that's the fact. This tripod stand is really good if you have any of those cameras with those like flip up or flip out screens. I got the flip up screen, the A6400. It works fine because my microphone is to the side and it's not blocking the screen. But if you have to attach one to the hot shoe, that could be a problem for you. If I had a choice right now, I would just get the A7C, because that's better in low light. But this one I got, the A6400, I got 2 years back. It's been working fine, except that I have hardly had a chance to use it because of COVID. So yeah, thankfully I started this YouTube channel, so those of you who are interested in figuring out how it looks for vlogging, you can refer to this. Okay, alright, I'm signing off now. Alright, hi guys, I am back home after more than 3 hours outside. I went to Henderson Waves, first time I've been there, park here. Well, you know what, Singapore is so small, I don't normally, I just give up before actually going out, but once I go out, I find that, yeah, there are actually places to go and visit. And now that I have done my first ever vlog with my Sony camera, with the a6400 and the 10-18mm lens, I just wanted to know what you guys think about it. I viewed the videos separately on my phone and my a6400, and my main takeaway is that the camera is better. Right, in pure like technical specs and everything, the camera is better than the Note 10 Plus. The Note 10 Plus's selfie camera is quite bad, I would say. I mean, you know, compared to the back camera and compared to something like a dedicated mirrorless camera, it is bad because the field of view is so small, and even with a gimbal, it's too narrow. So I ended up having to hold it out really far from my face, and even if I did, it took those awkward shots, like up my nose or toward the side of my face. Obviously, I would need to see it once I edit this video, and once I compare both side by side, I can see them more clearly. But right now, what I can say is that viewing them separately on, you know, the camera and the phone, I realized that the camera is way better, and also the phone's back cameras are way better. Now, about the issue of stabilization, I feel that stabilization is a really important thing. So it was much more of an issue for my 30mm lens, just because the field of view was so narrow. I mean, for the camera, for the mirrorless camera. But with the 10-18mm, it's not that great an issue. However, I still feel that you know, a gimbal is required, and I'm gonna look at acquiring the Ronin SC. Previously, I used a Julian M4. I think it was M4. I forgot the name, but I used it 2 years ago. I brought it to California with me, and I took a bunch of videos with it. It was so hard to use. I think maybe because my camera was too large. I don't think it's too large, but anyway, in that promo, like on the box, it showed a Sony RX100. You know, any of the RX100 series cameras would fit well on it. But the A6000 series, like the APS-C sensor cameras, don't really work well with that. That was my experience, and there was one time where I was going up a mountain, like near Mount Shasta in Northern California, and it was so hard because my fingers were freezing and having to adjust the balance and stuff on the camera, and just yeah, just the act of using it was so difficult. Like, yeah, it put me off it, and once I came back from my trip, I tried it out here, yeah, and it didn't work for me. So I ended up selling it to someone who was happily, you know, who luckily was happy enough to get that. So yeah, that's the story of my gimbal experience. So I hope that the next time I get one for my, you know, A6400, it will be better. So yeah, just I hope this video was insightful to you, and let me know if you have any comments or, you know, any feedback. If you have any questions about this lens I got, or the camera, or the tripod, well, let me just show you what it looks like. It's this one, the V. Don't ask me how to pronounce the name. Anyway, it is this VBT-BT. All right, so they should make this easier to pronounce. And it folds up like this. It's fully Bluetooth. The only bad thing is that it's not rechargeable because you need to replace the battery, but I haven't replaced it yet. It works really well for me, just that it's not stabilized. And had I known that I could get the Ronin SC for about $100 more, I would have gotten the Ronin SC from the beginning. However, that being said, this is so small and light, it is so easy to carry. I would use it as a mini tripod in tight situations easily anytime, but obviously I prefer a gimbal whenever I can carry one. So that is it for my thoughts, and you know, please like this video if it helped you, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks, and bye.